You are not like them, and you don't need to be. You're not here to prove anything, not here to clamor for attention or validation. Your presence speaks volumes without uttering a single word. When you walk into a room, eyes steady and face composed, the silence itself becomes your statement. You let the quiet fill the space, refusing to flinch or falter. There's no need for grand gestures or loud declarations. The silence does all the talking. It unsettles them, forces them to confront their own insecurities. Most people believe power comes from being the loudest, from commanding attention with noise and spectacle. But the true power is found in the silence, in the ability to hold your ground without reacting, without giving anything away. It's in the way you stand there, calm and unshakable, while their discomfort grows. Silence becomes your shield and your weapon, reflecting their doubts and weaknesses back at them. The quieter you are, the louder your presence becomes, and the more attention they can't help but give you. People fear silence because it strips away the facade. It's a mirror, and in it they see everything they try to hide: their fears, their flaws, their uncertainties. And you, standing there like ice, unyielding and unaffected, force them to face it. That's where your power lies, not in raising your voice or justifying yourself, but in staying still, composed, and utterly unbothered. You don't play their game. You don't fit into their boxes. Instead, you rewrite the rules, making your silence a force they can't ignore. Here's a hard truth: nobody really cares. They'll smile at you, shake your hand, say all the right words, but the moment you're out of sight, you're out of mind, and that's your advantage. You don't need their validation or approval. The power comes when you stop caring, when you stop trying to conform to their expectations. The world was never designed for you to win by their rules, so why bother playing? When you embrace silence, when you stop reacting, that's when you start winning. They'll try to provoke you, push your buttons, see if they can get under your skin. Let them hurl insults, play their petty games, and test your patience. You stay unmoved, refusing to give them what they want. Because the moment you react, the moment you raise your voice or defend yourself, you hand them control. But if you remain silent, cold, and unshakable, you hold the power. Without lifting a finger, you make them dance to your tune, and they fear you not for what you say, but for what you don't. Have you noticed how people talk more when they're scared or uncomfortable? They ramble, fill the air with words, trying to drown out the quiet because they can't handle it. But you know the power of silence. You let it stretch, let it linger. The longer the silence, the more they reveal. They'll spill their insecurities, their fears, their desperation, all while you stand there calm and unreadable. That's the secret. Giving nothing is the ultimate display of power. Silence isn't weakness, it's control. It's the unspoken challenge of who will break first. And it won't be you. The world wants you to explain yourself, to defend your actions, to react to their provocations. But you don't need to. Stop talking. Stop justifying. Just be. Let your presence fill the room before you even say a word. Let them feel your energy, the weight of your composure. And when you leave, let the silence you leave behind haunt them. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Let them whisper about you. Let them fear what they don't know. The strongest person in the room is never the one making the most noise. It's the one who doesn't need to say a thing. There's power in letting the silence do the heavy lifting. When you walk into a room and hold your ground with quiet confidence, you shift the energy. People can't help but notice you. Not because you demand attention, but because your presence commands it. The storm isn't in the noise, it's in the stillness before it hits. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need their approval. You're not here to play by their rules. You're here to be the storm they never saw coming. Keep your mouth shut and your mind sharp. Use silence as your ally, as the weapon that makes them crumble under its weight. Watch as they unravel, exposing themselves in their attempts to fill the void you've created. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You just have to stand your ground and let the silence scream for you. Be the force that shakes them to their core. The calm before the chaos. The storm that leaves an indelible mark.